Alright guys, back on the laser training at home. There's an app online that's called, or on your phone, that's called Shot Veryfier LT. I'll put the link in the description. This is a shot timer basically, and it's got a lot of stuff you can do with it for the price. I think it's $6.99, which isn't bad. They just had a major update. It's working with this laser fire that I've got, the little cartridge that I went over. That I'll put a link to that as well, that you can put in your personal gun. So it works very well for your first shot, and those of you that have double action or double strike capable for your second shot as well, or I think you can do up to 10 shots. It gives you the time of your first shot and then your split time, basically the time from your first or your second shot, which is pretty cool. It has a timer. It counts down. I've got it set on 3. I'm not sure if you can adjust that or not. We'll look at that here in a second. But I've got it set up for a 1 shot, 3-second timer, and let's see how it goes. The little guy right here that looks like he's shooting, you just push that. Alright, I hit an 8. Reset my gun. Reholster. So I hit an 8, and basically slide, I hit that in 2.63 seconds. That's not great, but then I'm not really trying either. So let's do it again. Let's look at some of the settings. Alright, shots per target 1 to 30. Drill duration 30 seconds. That doesn't matter. Alright, countdown. We can move the countdown. So I'm going to pull the countdown to 5. And I'm actually going to do a different drill where it's going to count down. It's going to beep. I'm actually going to be turned away from the target. And then I'm going to turn around and then I'm going to place my shot and see what we can do. Alright, so another 8 from not facing the target. And 2.51. So that was a little better, even though I wasn't facing the target. I had turned away from the target. This is kind of one of those drills that I like practicing because I do church safety. When an attacker comes in, if you hear shots fired, if you're in a crowd somewhere, especially in a church or an environment similar to school. Now granted, I know you can't have your firearm in school, but in a situation where you've got your firearm on you and you're in that kind of situation, you basically have a 5-second window to where everybody just freezes. They're like, oh, what was that? And they turn to look, but they don't stand up until they realize what's going on. So you have about 5 seconds. So if you can stand up or turn around and get a good shot placement within that 5 seconds, you're doing something good. So that's what I like to tell everybody. You know, that 5-second drill is a pretty cool drill, and I'll do a better video on that later on. But I'm going to send this back in. I've got my 5 seconds. We're going to try it again. I got a 7. I forgot to reset my firearm. Let's try that again. Although I'm still 2.49 seconds. So the time's going down, and that happens. When you're training, that first time is a cold start, and that's what time you need to rely on, and that was 2.53. So 2.53, and I keep going down, but that cold start, or that cold time, is what you need to gauge what you're actually going to do. So the more you train, the more you practice, the better you'll get, and the cold start will be a lot better. Alright, we're going to try it one more time. Turn it around backwards. Alright, that was a slow start. Got an 8 on that. 2.73, and that stuff happens. I actually missed my shirt the first time. So this is why we practice and why we train. So grabbing that shirt, and then of course not being able to get your hand under the shirt. Maybe you're fighting the guy off and you're having to draw. But yeah, this shot timer on the phone for your laser target for at home, this is pretty cool. So I'll put all the links in the description, so if any of y'all that are training at home, you just need to put your target up on the wall. And this also shows you where your shot placement was, so you can know what you're doing. You can see where you hit, and you can gauge that on your target that you've got to where you've hit. So it says I've got 2 little trigger finger. That may be right. I'm not sure. I'll have to look at that. I'll adjust that in my next go round. But yeah, if you're looking for a decently cheap laser shot timer on your phone, this may fit the bill. So yeah, go check this out. And you know, $6.99 if you add to the laser cartridge put in your gun. Of course, make sure your gun's unloaded when you're doing all this. But yeah, this might just hit the ticket.